Oh, sweet. That's actually good for me to pull up the list now. I can actually look at what I'm doing. Oh yeah, and because we have fetches, guys, I get to bust out my Mark Pool Islands for, yeah, because that's the art to use right there, and the white border for fetching and for random trolling of people who take it too seriously. I'm really a big fan of being a lot more aggressive in game ones with this deck and just letting Seeker just get tons and tons of value. And then having the ability to sideboard into more of the blue, white, red control style deck for the decks where you're going to get outclassed on the board a lot quicker. Um, I'm just really a big fan of the Seeker. Also, that helps. Also, those Phlodostrand Island Mystic Monasteries. Oh, gotta find cards. It is kind of a lot of temples, I agree. It hasn't come up as an issue in all of my testing so far. Generally, I can play most of my things on curve, is how it's tended to work out, so I haven't been as worried about it yet. Like I said, tomorrow will be the first time I'm playing the list. So, with that in mind, I think the mana base might change, all things considered. There's a really strong chance that I might be cutting Temple of Enlightenment down a little bit, for more basics, actually. I just prefer to err on the side of caution for my first outing with it and play with a little bit more safe color base. And if it ends up messing up my tempo a little too much, then I will definitely be switching over to focusing a little heavier on basics instead of tap lands. My LGS is also not hyper competitive, so keep that in mind. As far as competitive goes, it's like it's me and a couple of my buddies, and then there's a lot of people who show up with decks that can only be called random, uh, like homebrews and stuff like that. And some of them are decent, some of them are not so decent, some of them are cute. Um, like I said, it's just not a hyper competitive atmosphere. That said, I usually do well, but when you come in with tuned tournament level lists and you play a lot of homebrews, a lot of times you do decently by default. But sorry guys, I'm digging through cards right now. Yeah, like I'll get hyper competitive with my buddies if we end up facing each other, and I won't hold punches. But like against the less competitive people, yeah, there are times where I'm like, all right, now you can take that back, man. It's just Friday Night Magic. Don't worry about it. I mean, we play At my LGS, you play 3 rounds for I think it's $6, and it's just a pack a win. So and nothing crazy. You don't do well for the night. You don't do well for the night. It's not a big deal. It's just a fun way to go out and play every week. So. Fluffy Wolf, I'm not sure yet. I have not got to try either. I haven't got to resolve Treasure Cruise yet at all. I didn't open any of the pre-release, so I haven't actually got to experience that and see which one I prefer. Um, that said, I'm trying Treasure Cruise right now because I feel like if you're gonna be playing a little more aggressively with your burn spells, which is a tendency I tend to have, I think Treasure Cruise is probably a little better than Dig because there's just the density of burn in the deck right now means that drawing 3 random cards is probably just as good as drawing 6 deep. Looking 7 deep and picking and choosing what you want. Um, what am I missing? I cannot find the rest of my old burn deck where my Stoke the Flames are. Looks like the daily's still got a little bit of time left. I got it up right there in the corner. Sorry, guys. I know I'm usually a little more talkative. I'm trying to at least get this all piled into one spot, so that way all I have to do is sleeve it up and go. Um, Sorry, I got sidetracked there, Fluffy Wolf. I am a huge fan of Dig Through Time, though. Um, I will be testing both in this deck and in Fairies. Um, Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise, that is. Really big fan of both choices right now, and we'll be testing both out for sure to see which one I prefer for both formats. I think Dig Through Time is probably going to be better in Fairies, personally, but for this one, I think that with the density of burn, just drawing 3, I think might be a little better. Now, for post sideboard games, that's totally different because you're more my plan, anyways, is to board into more of a controlling deck, which makes where did I put my Mystic Monasteries? I have to go through an entire booster box of cards here to find where I put these things. Like I said, also take it all with a grain of salt. It's completely untested by me. The only cons I've played was at the pre-release. I haven't played anything since, so could be totally speaking out of my ass. I am not an expert. I just do my best. And I'm also really good at losing cards. Yeah, there's not a ton of aggro at my LGS, and a lot of the aggro that does show up, they're the type of players who sometimes just decide they're not attacking this turn as an aggro deck because no real reason. You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of players where you're like, are you sure that's what you want to do right now? So I don't worry about aggro that much. I mean, it's just something like, sometimes you have to deal with it, sometimes you don't. Alright, I think the daily should be starting soon, so I'll set these all aside and I can do this later tonight or tomorrow or something like that when I have more time to do this and I'm not sitting here forcing you guys to sit here and watch me dig through cards. Oh, that reminds me. I had to find out how much Chantress Phoenix costs online. You want to try them in my loam deck. That's not aggro, that's bad play. That's all you have to tell them. Like, that's not aggro, that's just playing bad. Yeah, I can be that asshole in my play group. So, there's my other stuff. Flames. Alright, looks like we got about a minute left before the next round of the daily starts. I just went through that. Alright. Alright, time to get ready for the daily. No more looking at standard stuff, guys. Let's get back to what's important. Modern. Nobody cares about standard. What's up, Greg? Hey, you gonna be at are you gonna be at the Gamers Guild tomorrow night? Hey, quiet. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm trying to put the deck together right now. Just digging out some of the cards so I can put it all together in the morning or tomorrow after work. Oh, we lost a die roll. Hmm. This hand's a little awkward for the draw. Hold on, Greg. I'll show you when I get a chance. I'll show you my list. I have it brought up right here on my webpage. And I need Banishing Lights if you happen to have any extra. Otherwise, I'm going to hit up Max and see if he has any because the Gamer Skill's out and I don't think I own any beyond the one that I won last week. Other than that, like as far as rares go, I think I'm covered on everything. I think I'm going to keep this. We don't know what my opponent's on, so And if I have to, I can show him my Scion for a turn 1 thoughts. Yes, I am definitely showing him my Scion now. I don't like to do that normally, but I want to turn 1 thought seize him. See if it's a hand that I can turn 2 blood boon him or bitter blossom him. So otherwise I wouldn't do this. I would play just the island or play the tar pit. And then yeah, but I wanna see if I can get Blossom out on 2 here. This deck. This deck's annoying. So we're taking his pack route. I've played this before. He plays the pack route out, feeds everything to the pack rat, lets trades happen, and then Immortal Servitudes it back. His entire deck is 2-drops. Yeah, we lost to Ad Nauseam, who just had everything. It was one of those days. The Ad Nauseam player who just happened to draw. I mean, you know how combo decks are in Modern. Sometimes they just have it, and there's not anything you can do about it. But he's got Immortal Servitude in his hand, ×2, and then a mystery card. Yeah, normally Ad Nauseam's an easy matchup for us. Game one, I tapped out when I assumed he wouldn't have the combo, and we lost because of it. And game 2, we were doing all right, and then he naturally drew into 6 lands, and one of them was a Beseiju, and was able to just hard combo us. Nothing I could really do about that. I couldn't kill him before that. I believe he was dead 1 turn later, so. Yeah, so this deck is all 2-drops. Like, the entirety of this guy's deck are 2-drops, so that way he can abuse Immortal Servitude. I've played against it before. It's not that great of a deck. It's basically the Aristocrat style deck, but ported to Modern. The version 2, the green, white, black one. And normally they're not even green, white. Normally they're just black, white when they go with the Immortal Servitude junk. That said, hopefully I will draw an untapped land so I can get my Scion or my click out. Well, that's not the worst. We can now spell stutter something. Tempted to just slaughter pact here. But we'll wait. Like, I don't want Blood Artist to get out of hand as the thing. No, this deck is not a thing. We're in the 1-1 bracket. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm just countering. We have Scion of Una in hand, so we can get to a point where we can all of a sudden be attacking for way more than they're expecting. And if I draw an untapped land, I get a Cryptic next turn. Otherwise, I have Scion or Vendilion Click. Probably Vendilion Click. Not an untapped, but. Oh, yeah, you're right. I can't even pack that anyways, so. I'm not going to draw step the Vendilion Click just in case he's on, like, Abrupt Decay or something like that for the Blossom. I have Scion up. Vendilion Click will be happening at the end of turn, though. Take a look at his hand, and then be able to potentially untap, drop Scion, and be able to hit for 2, 4, 6, 10 damage. Put him on a 2-turn clock. He's going to sack his wall. So, I don't know, he's got a Convoke. No, he doesn't have green. Return to the ranks. Interesting. So he's going to grab a land. Shocked himself. Oh, so he can draw with the Wall of Mulch, that's why. Two of the cards in his hand are Return to the Ranks. Wow, he has triple Immortal Servitude in hand. Jeez. Kind of okay with just letting him keep him. He's got 3 I can't handle. He can't even cast him. He's only got 2 black. Or he's got 3 black, but it'll cost him damage, though. And I've got a Slaughter Pact, or a Cryptic Command for the first one. Jeez. Okay, so this game's over. Miss Bind Click says so. He's got a handful of nothing. Best he's gonna be able to do is make a rat on his turn in response to this Miss Bind Click, and then I untap and kill him. So. Okay, buddy, you're dead now. Thank you very much. Oh, he's gonna draw a card. Cool. That's fine. Misprint Click picks up Bitter Blossom, taps him out. Best he can do is make a rat. The rat means nothing. Like actual nothing. And then I untap and kill him. Like I said, P makes a rat, and that's all that happens. And Misprint Click. Right. It's just a silly janky deck. Sometimes it gets explosive because of the sack outlet. He'll have a sack outlet, a Blood Artist, and Immortal Servitude. So he'll have a board state with it's all cluttered up with these weird bad cards, and then he will be like, "Ha, surprise!" How does Immortal Servitude read? Does Grafdigger's Cage stop it? That's what. Servitude. Turn each creature card. Yeah, okay. So Grafdigger's Cage says no, your combo doesn't work. Sounds good. Engineered Explosives is good. His deck is all 2-drops. Black Suns isn't the best, but he does clutter up his board sometimes. It's probably the loosest card I can be having here, actually, since I do need to cut things. Lily's not great. I need to cut one more thing. This member's probably a little okay to cut. What are you barking at? This hand doesn't interact very well with him, but it has Cryptic for when things get scary. By the time turn 4 happens, turn 5 is when it's scary. He needs 5 mana to be able to go haywire. This lets me have a somewhat of a probably doesn't do enough. I like the fact that it doesn't lose to not hitting lands. I've had some trouble with that today because the shuffler loves me. He's keeping his hand. I'm going to go ahead and just mulligan it. That's a little better. Yeah, this is better. I have kill spell, I have counter spell, I have kill spell, and then I have a clock. This is better. Unless I don't draw lands, then obviously it's shit and I get a rage a little bit. Yeah, see? Sack outlet. Huh. Now there's an argument to just dismembering the shit out of this right now. Stopping anything crazy from even starting, but I think it's not going to matter yet. I think we do this. And then next turn I have up either Smother, Dismember, or Spell Stutter. And hopefully we hit some lands here. Yeah, the X1 bracket can be awkward. If I win this one, it should be back to normal decks. The 2-1 bracket's not so bad. The 1-1 bracket gets awkward, though. I've ran into some very interesting stuff when you get unfortunate and lose the first round. Aether Vial is... Sure. Sure. That means your hand does shit. Okay, so... Spellstutter Sprite is not countering any 1-drops next turn unless he draws into like an Inquisition or something. So playing the Tar Pit is probably safe now. I don't think I'm countering anything 1-drop here, so... Because 1-drop creatures he'll have Aether Vials for. And I have Dismember if he gets out something that needs to die, even if it costs me 4 life, so... If we can just run lands for the next 3 turns, that would be sweet. I would be quite happy if we just went land, land. Land is my next, like, 2 or 3 draws. We have plenty of action. You're failing me, deck. So this Sprite is in-stepping either way. Yeah, what are you putting into play? A Pride Mage. And another Pride Mage. Okay, so what we have to do is this. I'm going to take some damage this turn, but I was going to take damage because of double Pride Mage triggers here. So I'm going to be dismembering the other Pride Mage next. It's not a fun thing to do. But yeah, it's still something I have to do here. If we don't draw lands, we lose really soon. I mean, he's not doing anything, but he's getting to that point where that an Immortal Servitude is going to be pretty brutal against me. Because he's now got decent 2-drops in his yard. Oh, deck. Yeah, we're in trouble. If he's got an Immortal Servitude in hand and draws another land, he can Immortal Servitude for 2, get both Pride Mages back and hit us for 4 or for 3. He's got a Wall of Omens. Actually, I would really love to see a I'm gonna flash out a Spell Stutter here and block. It gets rid of its sack outlet. Yeah, okay, see, he hit a land, he hit a Temple Garden. So Immortal Servitude is happening. I can almost guarantee you He's immortal servitude. Watch, he's going to sack, sack, sack. Or he'll let them trade. And then he's going to immortal servitude for 2 after combat. Get all of that back. Get another land off the Wayfinder. Draw another card off the Wall of Omens. No, he's not. Interesting. And of course I don't hit a land. But we drew a negate, which stops an immortal servitude. So he's only got 1 card in hand. He was probably just setting up in case he draws the servitude. Or he scryed it to the top with the Viscera Seer there. So we instep a Spell Stutter Sprite. Just because it's not countering a whole lot here, and we need to get it on the table for Mistbind. Like so. I'm actually tempted to Bitter Blossom here. That way I can leave up Negate, and then the following turn I can Mistbind and hit my Bitter Blossom after we get a token off of it. Negate can protect me from an Immortal Servitude. He's only got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, this Negate seems really good right here, because he's all set up to go for the Servitude. And I can win the race of the 1/1s because I'm going to get infinite 1/1s here. So now, if he's got something crazy like Mana Tithe, then this guy's special. Or he just doesn't want to take damage from that Cave of Quellios. If he's got Mana Tithe, he's got Mana Tithe. There's not a whole lot I'm doing about it. I didn't think he was gonna have Mana Tithe, but you never know, right? So if he's got another Immortal Servitude, he can't do it next turn. Somebody Mistbind clicking him on his draw step or on his upkeep, which gives me another turn and a little bit better clock. Do I pick up my Bitter Blossom, or do I let my Bitter Blossom make my clock better and just grab Spell Stutter here? Kind of want to just grab Spell Stutter here and let my clock keep ticking. I think I just want to build up my army at this point. I'm probably starting next turn, unless I hit a land for the Batterskull. I'm probably gonna just start firing off that Tar Pit here. Tar Pit plus Mistbind Click and a token is a 2-turn clock. Okay, so now we're playing more conservative since we drew that. There's no reason to make it a 2-turn clock when I can just stop him from doing anything relevant. We probably win from this point. Cryptic is probably enough. Like, he can flash creatures into play, sure. He's going to get to swing for 2, potentially grow it up to twice. Six, 7, 8, 9. I can't do lethal next turn either way. Might as well. Might as well block here. Um, huh. Like, there's part of me that wants to just fire off. No, I'll fire off the Cryptic next turn. Just tap all his dudes. So I can hit him for 5. Put him down to 5. I have Cryptic to just tap his dudes before combat. I doubt he's got any kind of a board wipe. And even if he's got a board wipe, I don't think it matters. Right? I mean, he's only got 2 cards in hand as of now, or as of his draw step. He has to have literally something that deals with multiple creatures here, and I don't think this deck really runs that kind of thing. Okay, what do you got off your Aether Vial? A Visionary. Okay, he put his other Aether Vial up to 4. He's got 2 cards in hand, and all he can do is grow it to a 4/1. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything he can do here that makes it so I even have to Cryptic tap things. So, yeah, we just win. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and update the thing. We're now 2-1. Now hopefully we'll be back into the real deck bracket. Who knows? Greg, you were asking, this is my list that I'll be running. This is what I'm building. I am right now, I need to find 2 Mystic Monasteries and 2 Banishing Lights. Other than that, I have the deck. I know I have the Mystic Monasteries, I just gotta find them. And then I don't know if I have Banishing Lights. I know I have 1, for sure. I don't know if I have more than that. 1 second, I'll be right back. Let me turn the light on. Hey, how's it going, Techno Hippo? I'm good. Just normal shit, you know. I just haven't been playing as much online lately. I've been kind of waiting for cons to hit. And, I had a free evening because my wife's had to go to the city today, so I figured I'd fire up the stream and hang out with you guys for a little while. Fire Sand? Probably not. I get to play Standard in paper pretty much whenever I want, so I have no urge to spend the money on Standard deck online. Especially with cards like Sarkin, I'm sure going to be way overpriced. Elspeth is expensive. Rabble Masters, I'm sure, are retarded. So I just don't see it happening unless I go on a really good win streak in Modern and end up with an excess of tickets. Um, so I doubt it. I'm more interested in Modern. That's one of the main reasons I came to Moto, is because I can play Modern whenever the hell I want. And that's not something I get to do in paper, unfortunately. So, Greg, do you have extra Banishing Lights or extra monasteries that you could hook me up with? I've got a foil Seeker of the way, and I've got foil Battlefield Forges. If you have regular Battlefield Forges and you want to make some kind of a deal out, because the Battlefield Forges I ordered, they sent me um, foil ones on accident. So at least I think it was on accident. Maybe I clicked wrong, but yeah, I need 2 vanishing lights and 2 mystic monasteries. If you can hook it up, I would appreciate it tomorrow. I'll be there probably around 3:30 or 4. Apparently I ordered foil ones. Apparently I clicked wrong. Well, I do have foil M15 Battlefield Forges, 3 of them. If you have regular M15 Battlefield Forges, I'm sure we can find some way to work some shit out here. Because, you know me, I'm good at that kind of trades. I don't care too much about super value. And I don't like no stupid foils. Yeah, Rabble Master shot up. I actually ordered my Rabble Masters earlier this week when they were 14, I believe, when I ordered them. They were $14 when I ordered them earlier this week, and they're 20 now. Um, I got my Manus Riders when they were 2. Like, if you guys were watching the SCG Open last Saturday, and you remember when it was like early in the day, the first time the Jeskai Tempo deck was on stream, I think it was Jadine playing it. I watched that, and I looked at it, I was like, I think I want Manus Riders. So I went, I looked them up, and they were $2 a pop, so I ordered my playset. I didn't even stop to look and see if I had any. I just ordered a playset because I was like, whoop, nope, $2 a pop. I'm pulling the trigger on that, and they're what, almost $9 now. So I dodged that bullet at least, and now it turns out I have an extra Manus Rider, so but it'll be easy to trade around right now. Greg, I gave 2 Rabble Masters away to Joe, Big Joe. I gave them away at the M15 pre-release when they were worth like $1.50 a pop, and they were like, "Yeah, they're decent, but they're not that great." He wanted them for modern goblins that he was messing around with, and I was like, "Shh, just have them." I didn't have anything in his stupid in his binders that I was interested in for that low of a price, and I just let him have them. And now I'm sitting here going like, "Damn, that was a horrible decision." Now I heard the Jund decks are talking about playing like 2 to 3 Rabble Masters now in modern, which is kind of exciting. Um, at the same time, it's kind of ugly because that's the card I do not want to deal with as a Fairies player. Not looking forward at all to dealing with a Rabble Master. It'll be not fun if that catches on. I do think it's a powerful enough card though. So, oh, we got a bunch of time. Let's go screw around with young pyroloam while we wait. I can just leave the match if my daily starts back up. This is my pet deck, Greg. You can't tell. There's this card and this card. I can't keep that though. Jeez, am I gonna get screwed here on land? I swear the shuffler hates me, guys. The shuffler does not like me. I run 25 land decks and sit there and get 1 land hands left and right. I'm gonna pretend I'm a real gen deck. Till next turn when I play a young pyromancer. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. He just played a radiant fountain. Like, sure. There was some merit to actually not playing the pyromancer here. It's probably just gonna eat a removal spell. I could have waited until I hit a spell and just kept running out my lands. I have land drops for days, so wait till I can at least get some value out of the pyro, but I don't think I care. Like, this is just a fun deck. And my opponent disconnected. I give him 2 minutes. If he's not back by the time his timer hits 23, so it's not even 2 minutes, I'm dropping and going on to the next game. Why is there two people in? Yeah, Greg, this deck is, you could say it's a little bit grindy. Although I'm thinking about trying like a two or three of Chandra's Phoenix in the list. Yeah, I'll pull up the list. I was thinking about trying out Chandra's Phoenix, the main deck, because I run Flame Jab. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait, I could just constantly get that thing back. I have Loam. I don't need to hold lands, bro. I got Loam. This is what I'm screwing around with in the tournament practice room for anybody curious. It's just a pet deck of mine. I enjoy the hell out of it. I've been tuning it a little bit here and there. It's actually going to get a little better when I can get wooded foothills for it to replace these mesas that I'm running. Um, Not that much better, but it's going to get a little bit better. Yeah. I have my combo. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, combo, guys. It's all about that berry ruin and the battered skull. No, I don't like Countryside Crusher. Um, that's too cute for me. Like, that's just a little too cute for me. Granted, this is coming from the guy who was just talking about playing Chandra's Phoenix in the deck because it combos with Flame Jabs. So it is a fun deck. It's just cute. It's not something I take seriously. It's not something I think I'd ever sleeve up and bring to a real tournament. I take that back. I'd probably sleeve it up and take it to a real tournament if I felt like going to that tournament with fairies would be horrible. Then I would definitely bring it to a real tournament. My opponent is still not back. I'm not waiting. Since I'm playing like just for fun in between rounds here. I'm not sitting around in a queue with the guy who went DC'd on me. Still got probably about 15, 20 minutes before the last round of the daily starts up, so I'm just killing time here. Alright guys, this guy claims he can't win, so oh well, I have ways to get rid of that, so we will keep it. We have a loam, we have commune. Round 3 we played against the Immortal Servitude deck. The junk, or forgive me, the Abzan Immortal Servitude deck. Yeah, we were in the 1-on-1 bracket. So what you gonna do about it? I'm gonna fire off the commune with the gods here. Throw this guy for a total loop and make him decide if he wants to blow a counter on it. Wait, man. Okay, sure. Yeah, we lost to Ad Nauseum in round 1. Round 2, Blade Splicer. You're gonna make me abrupt decay your dude now? So we'll abrupt decay the splicer now before he even has a chance to resto angel it and get any value that way. Take a little bit of damage, kind of awkward, but I kind of need to. I need to get another red source in play right now, and I want to Inquisition him, take a look and see what we're working with. Ooh, Path to Exile. Yeah, see, he had the Resto Angel. He doesn't have the land. He has an Elspeth. He does. You need to have an actual white land for that, though. Let's see. He has a lightning bolt. I kind of want to just take the lightning bolt. Um, I'm not gonna have creatures for a while, so it doesn't matter. I don't want his clock to be as good. Like hacking can't even be cast, so. That said, if he draws another white land and gets Elspeth, I would probably lose. Or he just draws another one of those. So we probably lose anyways, because we know he has that that in his hand. That's not going to go well for us. That's not a good draw. What can I do here? We probably just lose here, is what I can do here. This bugs me. I have to remember to pick up a swamp, guys. Oh man, I tapped my mana all wrong there too, didn't I? Jesus. That was bad. The first strike doesn't matter, but I don't want to be able to flicker that with this Resto Angel. Like I said, we're dead here. There's not a whole lot of coming back from this point. Yes, we are flame jabbing the shit out of things here, guys. Ah, crap, my real match started. And we won a die roll. I don't like to be double queued, so let me tell this guy. I do think my hand in the daily is probably getting kept. It looked keepable. That said, there's a good chance we're probably facing burn at this point. And I won a die roll? I won a die roll. So we will be keeping this because we have a turn 1 Inquisition and a turn 2 Bitter Blossom. Hey, what's up? I can't hear you. You're all breaking up on me, huh? Yeah. I'm on my last round right now. Oh, there's heck of traffic right now? Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm on here for probably another half hour or so. Okay, love you. Bye. Um, yeah, he went bottom top. Yeah, my ringtone, my wife and I are pretty big Disney fans. She's a huge Disney fan. And so, geez, that is... So we're playing against Splinter Twin. Smother is decent. It kills all their dudes. He didn't have his dudes, but he does have the twin. So, that said, they don't have a good way of dealing with Blossom here. We know he has a Rayman in his hand. this game. Let's draw something gassy here. I mean, I want my land drops, but like the game plan for like right now, because I know what's partially in his hand. Like we know he has a Splinter Tome, we know he has a Cryptic Command, we know he has a Remand. Um, I'm just leaving up Smother mana here. Ooh, and Vendetta mana. Although that's awkward because I don't have black on his turn. I do have black on my turn. But that's fine because he's going to try and flash in one of his dudes. He's going to do it on the end of my turn. So Vendetta's probably okay. So now he has Cryptic mana. He wants to Cryptic bounce my Blossom. There's not a lot I can do about it. I could, in theory, drop a Blossom right now. He'll probably just bait out a Cryptic, which I'm okay with. And then I still got to keep up Smother. And if he lets it resolve, Double Blossom is pretty heavy clock. I'm assuming this is just going to get Cryptic and probably get my other one, my other Bitter Blossom bounced. No, I don't feel like attacking with the Mutavault just yet. Probably a little bit sooner, but like next turn, the Mutavault might start getting in. This turn I wanted to leave mana open. Oh yeah, he had the Remand. Okay, well I want to leave up Smother. Now that the Remand's gone too. Not trying to recast it kind of telegraphs the that I have something in my hand. Who knows what he thinks it is, but I do, you know. That's his third Serum Visions. He went bottom top. Interesting. This is one of the few times that the River of Tears can get you. So now the question is, do I kill Snapcaster here with Vendetta? I think I do. I think I just Vendetta the Snapcaster here. It kills it dead. I only lose one life from it. Probably the best case scenario for that Vendetta when I'm just in this race mode like this, and that saves my Mutavault. I can't Smother or go for the throat, but he's probably not main phasing anything, any creature-wise. So he could have combo in his hand. That's pretty good if he does. However, me being stuck on just a single black source is a little awkward. Vendilion click. I'm going to counter it and bounce his Steam Vents. That makes it so he can't have double red next turn either way, and he has to shock to have red, period. I mean, he's got a bolt for me. Or a bolt for a token. Probably a bolt for me. No, bolt for a token. Saves him a little bit of damage. Yeah. Yeah, him being stuck on one red is now he's really stuck. Like he can't even afford to shock himself. Now we have 2 kill spells. So he's just dead. I guess Cryptic Command saves him 1 turn. We know he has the Cryptic, so Cryptic's gonna save him a turn. Yep. Now this represents Cryptic mana, but in reality it's double kill spell mana. I have an idea on what I want to do with deltas. I don't know for sure if that's what the plan is, but no, I couldn't have gotten 2 damage. I guess he would have had to have thing, but I don't think it matters. No, I don't think it changes anything either way. Okay, what is the Deceiver Exile doing for you, sir? I don't know why he even bothered to do that. I mean, alright, game 2 on the draw. Flash Freezes, Negates come in, Relic and Grafdiggers both come in. Spellskite comes in. Out goes... Mistbinds are a little hard to resolve here. They're really good if you can resolve them, but they're a little hard to resolve because they run... I don't like cutting all of them. Like, they might bring in Blood Moons. If they bring in Blood Moons, we have problems. I don't have a good way to deal with Blood Moons. My best way is to counter it, or discard it. Far away can go. I don't like cutting that much removal, but I have to cut some. I can cut a Scion. On the draw, Lilies probably aren't very good. And I need to cut 2 more. I think it might have to be the Spellskite. I mean, I added him in, but I don't think I want him. He can be a little bit loose. Like, he's decent at stopping the combo. A lot of times they don't keep the combo in, so he just becomes a big 0-4 that doesn't do much. And we can cut 1 more card. 1 more card. What do you guys think? I don't like cutting any of these, but I think 1 more. I mean, I have to cut 1 more, but I don't know what to cut. Suppose a Spell Stutter. Think I okay? Cut the 2 IOKs and bring the Skype back in. We'll try that. I once again have a turn 2 Bitter Blossom that he might not be able to deal with, depending on his hand and such, but I have a Slaughter back to stop the combo. I have all the mana to get all the way up to that Mistbind. Like I said, Mistbind is really great to resolve if If he can resolve, that's a pretty decent draw. He said if he left the combo in, we get a little punished here. What did he do with that? He went top top, so he's not going to be cracking this fetch unless he has to. The island was good if he is on the Blood Moon plan. It means I'm not completely dead in the water here. I'm not sure if I go for the Bitter Blossom here. Like, Bitter Blossom will win the game if I can resolve it on turn 2. I think I'm going to fire it off even knowing that it might not stick because he did go top top. And that'll shuffle away whatever that second top card was. So make him potentially lose a card that he wanted to keep. Okay, good. He just didn't have anything. That's good because that means next turn he's gonna crack it anyway. So that means he just didn't have a counter spell. Interesting. So if he's still on the combo plan, Spellstutter counters his 3-drop dudes. Got a Blood Moon? Okay, he's just got a Blood Moon. That's fine. You have Blood Moon, so Slaughterpact is dead. I have an island. Like, we can't do anything about that Blood Moon the rest of the game. I mean, it's as simple as that, guys. We are screwed due to that Blood Moon. Unless we happen to draw the other 3 islands naturally, and then a Cryptic Command. Yeah. I don't know how good our chances are of that happening. However, we can sit behind this Spellskite until he taps out. Or we can sit behind this Spellstutter Sprite until he taps out. Oh, he's going to Electrolyze here? I guess if he's got a snare, he's got a snare. Not much I can do about it. He gets to 3 for 1 me. He didn't have a snare, so... So there's a good chance next turn I'm just going for the Mistmind Click. I don't normally like to do that against decks like this, but there's not a whole lot of options you have. Because, I mean, I'm stuck on one island and a bunch of mountains. There's not a whole lot of choice. I kind of have to go for it and hope that it can either resolve or keep him from doing something that's going to kill me. Like, if he's got a dude in his hand and Splinter Twin, he's going to instep the dude. He's going to get this dude out now. Oh, he's got Anger of the Gods. Interesting. It's a little loose. Oh, jeez. Now Slaughterpact is live. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and slam the click now while I know it can resolve. I know it can resolve because he's tapped out. And it's just such a good clock. And I have Slaughterpact up to stop combo now, and he knows I have Slaughterpact, so we are in a pretty good spot. This deck has a lot... Twin has a lot of trouble dealing with the 4/4 flyer. We're just drawing really well, guys. Except I drew a Spellstutter Sprite. Yes, I have a slaughter pack still. I think we're in a really good spot here. I don't like drawing into that swamp was really good for us. You can't cryptic, so I'm going for the C's here. Yeah, that's fine. That means he's not flashing in creature and trying to combo me, and I gotta put him down to 4. So I think we just win here. Pretty sure that was a nice quick way to beat Twin. Like that's one of those. Oh, GG guy. Thanks for the game. Have fun. Like I said, I always said Twins a decent matchup for us. Anyways, I've never found Twin to be that hard. Most combo matchups are just easy for. Okay, is he gonna snap Anger of the Gods and then Bolt? I guess that buys him some turns. No, okay, he's gonna. That seems wrong. I guess he couldn't snap Anger of the Gods and then Bolt. So we 3-1 the daily. Okay, well then. That's how fairies works though. Sometimes it you get the right series of games, you get there. Like the deck has the power to do all of that. I lost to ad nauseum for no reason other than that he drew really, really, really well in game 1 and really, really well in game 2. Um, right? Who needs fetch lands, guys? I don't need fetch lands. See, we just got 5 basics. We'll just do it that way. For those interested and those who were asking earlier, though, this is my tentative list here with polluted deltas, just replacing the River of Tears for the polluted deltas and replacing one secluded glen for a singleton watery grave. The other change is going to be the Vendetta and the Faraway are going to get cut for 2 at the start treasure cruises, and then they would be switched over to dig through times to test those as well. I like the idea of Treasure Cruise with the way I play my deck. If you guys have noticed, is I play it very much like Jund. I'll pull up the actual list we just 3-1'd with. There's the list we 3-1'd with. When I rebuilt the deck about a month ago, I based it very heavily on Jund lists, specifically Bara's Jund list. Not so much in like card for card, obviously, because they don't translate. But as far as like what you want to be doing with each slot in your deck, like looking at how much removal you wanted to run, and my game plan ended up being cutting all my early counterspell magic, like mana leaks and remands, for just a plethora of early game discard or kill spells. I have 2 Smothers, a Go for the Throat, 2 Dismembers, a Vendetta, a Slaughter Pact, and a Faraway as my removal, plus 2 Lilianas. The deck is very removal heavy if you compare it to a lot of the other fairies lists you see online. A big reason for that for me was I wanted to just have a little bit better game against Pod game 1. I got sick and tired of losing against Pod, and if you don't have a density of kill spells, Pod just runs you over. If you can tell, my board is also very weighted towards Pod. I've actually ended up having a fairly good record against Pod over the past couple of weeks, but in general, I still feel it's one of our harder matchups. I actually think that the only reason I've been doing as good as I have is because I've been playing against it so much, and I'm so weighted against it that I'm kind of hoping to run into it at this point. However, I think with the way I play the deck, like I was getting back to the point, I'll just jump right on back there, guys. I like the idea of Treasure Cruise as almost the same concept as Ancestral Visions. Whereas the entire purpose of Ancestral Visions is to spend it turn one, then just trade one for one till turn five, and then when you hit that point where normally you're out of gas, your opponent's out of gas, and you're both in top deck mode, oh surprise, I have three more cards. Now the problem with Ancestral Visions in that is you need to have it early for it to really be relevant. It becomes a horrible top deck mid late game. Um, Treasure Cruise, I have no graveyard interaction, so I'm not hurting myself. Like I'm not running Snapcasters or anything like that. So my graveyard is just an open resource. Being able to hit turn five, turn six, turn seven, and be able to just tap blue and draw three cards seems absolutely broken. Sorry, excuse me, guys. It seems absolutely broken in a deck like this. When you're drawing three cards for one mana and it's like Cryptic, Mistbind, Kill Spell, or even more lands, so I'm just not missing land drops. We flood. It's not that big of a deal because we have so many man lands. I mean, we're on 7 man lands. Um, that's a lot. I mean, we have three. I have 3 tar pits and 4 mutavaults. Flooding isn't necessarily that bad of a thing. Nobody likes to flood, but we cope with it decently. Um, I like the idea of Treasure Cruise. Let's just leave it at that. I like the idea of just being able to get a massive spell density by turn 5 or 6 for very, very cheap. Especially playing Liliana's. She feeds the delve and then she makes it so. Whereas if okay, with dig through time, if you have an active Liliana and you dig through time as your last card in hand, one of the cards you grab is something you probably have to pitch to Liliana. Whereas Treasure Cruise just gives you more shit, and then good chance you're going to hit one. You're if you're looking at 2 cards of your choice out of 7, you want both those cards. If you're looking at 3 cards off the top, there's probably one that is the least useful. So that's kind of my theory on that. I'm leaning towards Treasure Cruise, but I think Dig might be still pretty. I might be just a meta call, really. I think Treasure Cruise is better against Jund and Junk. They don't have a really good way to deal with you just drawing 3 cards for very cheap. That puts them very far behind, I think. Whereas Dig Through Time is better against combo decks and other control decks because it lets you have better selection. So it might just be a meta call. I will be testing both over the next couple of weeks. So tune in for that. Yeah, Black Sun Zenith is absolutely bonkers um, against Pod. I have I absolutely love Black Sun Zenith. In fact, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. I 3-1 to daily, and my winning turn was by Black Sun Zenithing for 1. So that way my creature, my flyer stayed alive, then activating my tar pit and attacking for exactly lethal, whereas the Black Sun took his flying blockers out of the way. All right, Greg. You said your number's still the same, right, man? I get off work at 1. I'm gonna probably come home because I gotta put the deck together still because I got lazy and I started playing instead. But probably around 3:15. I'm thinking about heading to the shop, so I'll shoot you a text and see if you need a ride. I mean, it's basically on the way anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's got to drive through the ghetto real quick. You have my number, right? Mine's still the same as it's been for as long as I've known you. So I just don't know if you've lost it, like if you've changed phones or anything like that since then. Bro, Antioch's so ghetto. Like you can't even deny it. Come on, I was born and raised there. I lived there for geez, almost 29 years. Yeah, it's place is ghetto. Well, anyways, we 3-1, so that's cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Actually, we got shit. We finished that round quick. Oh, hey, he's playing. Well, I'm going to go before I turn off the stream, guys. We're gonna loam it up one more time, and this time I'll get to actually bowl game because obviously there's no more of the other shit to worry about. So I will play a round of Young Pyromancer for anybody interested in watching me have fun with Life from the Loom, and that'll be the end of my stream for the night. And then I'm probably gonna have to go figure out what to do about dinner. My wife should be home here pretty soon. In fact, I think she might be home. I hear the dogs barking. All right, let's loam. I wish loam could be like actually viable in modern. We're keeping that. God, these arid mesas are so awkward. I would be so much happier if they when they turn into foothills. But it won't be for a while for me online unless I open some or get lucky. And the price is pretty cheap. Oh man, client is laggy. Combo guys, Liliana the Veil and Hacking. Hitch that boy. Oh, Greg, this guy. Um, this guy is Hacken, Stromgald Scourge. He can only be cast if he's in your graveyard to put him in play. You can't play him from your hand. If he's on the battlefield, you can play any knight card from your graveyard, and whenever he dies, you lose 2 life. There's a card in the deck. The whole reason he's in here is generally to get loaned into the yard, and then turn on a little card called, if it'll load up, but Moto's slow, Nameless Inversion, which happens to be a knight, so you can just constantly machine gun people down with Nameless Inversion if Hacken's in play and Nameless Inversion is in your graveyard. I've been thinking about doing a very small white splash and fitting in like 2 Knight of the Reliquaries, so that way you can loop them back out of the graveyard and they'd be pretty big. But I don't know, that's getting a little cute for me. I might try it. Um, Thanks for joining me, Blue. Always good to see you in here with me. Not sure when the next one will be, but you guys will get the email. I'm glad you hung out. Glad we had another 3-1 here. What? Am I playing this a sliver deck? I'll have to look it up. I can't pull it up right here. Slivers is not pretty for us, but we're just gonna play the rape your hand game. Next turn we draw up a Lily and get value that way. Hopefully we hit a 4th land and we can then follow that up with a Huntmaster for some value. Guess what's gonna happen to that sliver? I think Lily's gonna eat herself a sliver, guys. Liliana goes nom 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 nom. Then next turn we get to uptick Lily, ditch the Hacken, cast Huntmaster. That's gonna be a pretty good turn. Now all we need to do is hit a loam, and we can go haywire. We can let Treetop take over his hand, or let Ravenscram take over his hand. Start flipping Huntmaster over and over and over. Yes, Lily is still like 1,000,000 tickets. Diffusion Sliver. Well, that's silly. Value. For anybody really curious for this deck, you play that land, not the other Overgrown Tombs. That way you have triple red in case you hit the stupid fun spell. Assault Loan. Or Seismic Assault. In fact, I probably don't even play that land. That land probably gets Raven's Crime next turn, or held to pitch to Lily. This deck needs another Dredger in it, is what it needs. Like, I need to like fit a Stinkweed Imp or something in it. There's one damage target attacking a blocking creature. Actually, I probably don't even cast anything this turn, so that way Huntmaster can flip. Yeah, so we'll play Raging Ravine. We'll make him discard the last card in his hand. Huntmaster's gonna flip. It's gonna shoot the Diffusion Sliver. I'll pay the 2 mana. Hey, ooh, yeah. If I go white, if I splash white for Knights, I will definitely try out a Crib Swap. That's just like a one of. Babe, I think Smokey's in the bedroom. I put him up there earlier so he would stop eating Doodle's food. Alright, thanks, Greg. Thanks for joining me on the stream, man. Thanks for hanging out. I will definitely shoot you a text tomorrow before I head over there. So for anybody curious, we win here. Question is, do I want to flip the Huntmaster? Feels a little dirty to go ahead and flip the Huntmaster, but I think I'm going to. Just because once you start flipping a Huntmaster, yes, I'm targeting him with this with no targets to cast 2 spells. So that way, once old Huntmaster gets flip-flopping, the game gets over pretty quickly. I'm even actually going to downtick Lily and just leave him with 0 permanents. I probably could have done that and hit him for 2 extra damage. Not 0 permanents, but 0 creatures. 0 cards in hand, 0 creatures on the board, and a creature-based deck means we win. And if he top decks land, then Huntmaster flips, and I get even more power on the table. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power on the table. Yeah, actually, if he doesn't play anything, Huntmaster flips, and I kill him with the Rage Intervene. There's a loam. Aw, he was a black short of getting his indestructible 5/5 sliver out. I don't think it would have mattered, but he was close. He almost got his achievement unlocked. Slivers. Engineer explosives is probably really good. Nameless inversion's probably insane. Flame Jet might be a little loose. Nazis I probably don't need actually. Nazis. I don't know. I don't know what else to cut. Yeah, we'll lower my top end. Probably don't even need the anger. I can probably just outvalue him. Leave one anger. Or I'm battling guys. This isn't the worst hand. This hand would like a flame. Oh, excuse me, a flame jab though. Conversion's not bad. So I'm going to turn 1 Ravenscribe him. Turn 2 I can Nameless Inversion and kill one of it, whatever he has in play, unless he plays a stupid Diffusion Sliver. That will make things a little awkward. If he does that, I'll just make him discard again, and then I'll play the Rage Ravine. Okay, so no Diffusion Sliver. Yeah, Muscle Sliver. Expected that. I'll be Nameless Inversion in Muscle Sliver. And so next turn we can Raven's Crime him and Faithless Looting and hopefully get a little bit of gas. Nameless Inversion has to be really good against the tribal deck. I mean, like, oh, you thought your guy buffed everything. Instead, I mean, I guess it doesn't kill that sliver. The queen, the brood mother, whatever the hell it is. The one that gives them all indestructible, but if Hacking's in play, it does. Because he would let me cast Nameless Inversion twice, which makes her not a sliver, so she's not indestructible, and then she dies. Okay. Now we got a little bit of value coming. Oh, do I want to Raven's Crime him or get looting here? I'm not sure which one I want to do. I think I want to Raven's Crime him. No, I think I want to loot. I want to loot. Shit, I can't do both. So you were correct. Crib Swap could do it. We're gonna get out old Peasy here, and we'll hit him with a Raven's Gem. That way, at least, if he has some kind of removal for Gunpyro, we at least get a little bit of value. First strike and Death Touch. Okay. So you're saying it's going to be one of those. So if I draw a land, I throw out Huntmaster. If I don't draw a land and I draw a kind of card, I'll pick one. Not that scary. If I don't draw a land, okay, I drew a land. So I really want to loot. Kind of want to get digging here. I'd like to hit. Okay, we're gonna loot. Um, want the extra body from here. We need a way to kill the first strike sliver, so that way tokens just trade. That is a way to kill. Yeah. So that works. I can just shoot this now and then attack. I could attack, then shoot it when he goes for blocks. Oh shit, never mind. Oh, he'll block with something. Then I can shoot the first strike sliver and then it just trades with the token. Oh god, that's perfect. Thank you. Probably wanted to keep his mana. Is the I think I'd let the 1 damage go through personally. Now you have a mana dork. You have a Rattleclaw Mystic who happens to be a sliver and does a little more. I shouldn't talk shit about the Slivers player. I played Slivers in Standard for like a month. We're just going for the value play here. Get all the tokens. Get inward damage while he's not able to do a whole lot. Well, see, when I originally built this deck, Techno Hippie, Crypt Swap would have been amazing, because when I originally built the deck, it was Naya colors, but I still had the hack and nameless inversion just as a one of each, because it was not too hard to get them in there. And I was running Burning Vengeance as a Seismic Assault. I mean, because with the Flame Jab and stuff like that. I guess you're true. I guess you're right. I guess Abrupt K doesn't even have to pay the 2. Yeah, I guess you're correct. I just didn't even think about it really. Tempted to flashback the looting here and just get more tokens, see what comes up. care about taking this last card out of his hand. I don't even think I can probably hit it with this Inquisition. It's kind of looking like it's an expensive card. Yeah, it don't matter anyways. So next turn we will be getting Hacken back. I'm just playing this for a token now. So next turn we'll play Hacken back from the yard. If we hit another black land, we can then Nameless Inversion anything we need to. And we can go into Nameless Inversion Machine Gun mode, which is insane with Young Pyro in play also. Yeah, see, he's got something he can't even play. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this game's just about locked up. He's going to have a very fortunate series of draws for this to matter. I mean, it's just a Slivers deck, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm also just playing a lone deck, so I can't really talk. We did draw another Black Source. This just feels bad. I mean, not really. It feels amazing, but it looks... I feel a little bad. And now with Hacken in play and a Nameless Inversion in my yard, I can just machine gun down anything he plays. Oh, I'm assuming this is a scoop. No, he's going to go for it. Okay. I think I can kill you next turn. No, not quite. Okay. Do I Young Pyro and then just Nameless Inversion one of the things? Or do we just Nameless Inversion both of his things down and kill him in 2 turns? Like, which one's cuter? Let's leave it at that. We're gonna... No, we're gonna Young Pyro because I'm having fun. We're just gonna do this and then Nameless Inversion one of his dudes. Probably this one. Otherwise, he... And the next turn, I can Nameless Inversion down the other one. Now, if I were him, I would be attacking. Just to let him know that, hey, I was serious about this. I mean, I feel bad for picking on the Sliver player there, but I am playing a fun, janky deck myself, so it just has a lot of powerful interactions when things line up correctly. This daily still hasn't ended. Well, I want to see what place I ended up in at 3-1. Anyways, that's going to be it for the stream for me tonight, guys. We went 3-1. We lost ad nauseum because he drew amazingly well, and it worked out for us because then we won our next 3 matches. So we ran into some jank. We ran into some normal decks. We beat Twin, so can't complain. I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream now, but thank you guys all for joining me. I'll see you guys all next time, and have fun.